If you read my review of the Potency Atom, then you might as well just skip this review because it's my opinion that the Mini 3 SE is just a reskinned Potency Atom, or the Atom is just a reskinned Fimi Mini 3 SE. Chicken or egg, whichever came first. Maybe some tiny differences here and there, and I talk about them in this review. But overall, and as I said at the time for my Potency Atom, this is a very sturdy mini drone that does all the basics just about right. What's in the box? There's the drone controller, a couple cables mainly for connecting your phone to the controller, a manual, a quick start guide, and a drone battery. The Fimi Mini 3 SE is a well finished and sturdy looking drone all round. It's very small, actual weight is about 243.5 grams. But for what it lacks in terms of sheer, hey, I'm a big drone factor, you get with a nice streamlined and minimalist design. I like the color, it's very different from most of what is out there. It's certainly better than the paint schemes of most cheap drones I've reviewed. I'm looking at you, the V198. But then again, this costs almost $400. So in a way, while it classifies as a mini drone, it is priced significantly higher than many of the cheap Chinese mini drones you get out there. The premium feel extends to the drone controller as well. It's textured plastic, so feels very nice and comfy to hold. The shape is alright, very well contoured to fit nicely in your palm, and very importantly, is as lightweight as can get. To get started with the Mini 3 SE, you'll need to charge both the drone battery and the controller. Both come with a USB-C port, and a good touch with the Mini 3 SE is you don't need to take out the battery to charge it. It takes about 2 hours to get the drone battery to 100% and up to 4 hours for the controller. Once both are charged up, you'll need to download the Fimi Navi Mini app. There's a QR code that comes with the manual and you can scan that to download the app. Next, mount your phone on the drone controller and connect it to the app on your phone using the supply cables. Fimi packs practically all types of USB cables, so pretty much any phone you have would work. Once you've done that, power up the drone by pressing the power button twice and holding at the second press. The drone immediately syncs to the controller and to your phone. Click enter device on the Fimi Navi app to get a live video feed from the drone. And at this point, it is essentially ready to fly. But before flying, you need to do the customary horizontal and compass calibration. I do that in many of my other reviews, so you can check that out to see how it goes. To get the drone started, simply pull the two joysticks downwards. That will activate the rotors. Use the left joystick to get in air by pushing it upwards. If this is your first time flying the drone, don't worry, it's very easy to fly in my experience. I would just recommend finding an open outdoor space with few to no obstacles for your first flight. The controller has two joysticks, an on and off switch, a return to home button, a video button, and a photo button up front. You also get a dial for controlling the camera's vertical tilt. The left joystick works as follows. You push it up to propel the drone upwards, down for downwards, right to rotate the drone right on its axis, and left for a left axis rotation. Up on the right analog stick flies the drone forwards, down takes it backwards, right moves the drone to the right, and left takes it to the left. Like the Potency Atom, the Mini 3 SE is surprisingly good in air for its size and weight. In my test, it comfortably flew through light to moderate winds, and that's saying a lot because many bigger and similarly priced drones struggle in these same conditions. On paper, it is rated 5 for wind resistance, and I would say it performed exactly on par with that rating, meaning it can take on windy weathers with winds below 38 km per hour without so much as breaking a sweat. Fimi says this can fly up to a distance of 6 km. But as is the case for most drones in this price range, advertised range very rarely matches to what is obtainable on the field. At best, the farthest distance I got was 1 km, and that's with some signal stutter and interruptions in between. Vertical range was up to 1 km as well. Fair to note that the range performance on the Mini 3 SE was significantly better than the Potency Atom, even though they both feel like the same drone underneath. My guess is Potensic has some custom throttling implemented for a stabler flying experience. Overall, range, both vertical and horizontal, are still very much in line with what you'd expect at this price point. And although I did say there was some stutter up to the 1 kilometer mark, it wasn't that bad as to affect flight performance or footage quality. One last thing, this doesn't come with any obstacle avoidance tech, which might feel like a big deal, especially considering the fact that the cheaper V198 comes with one. What I would say is I don't really miss it on this drone. My experience is that many of the applications of obstacle avoidance, more so in cheap drones, do very little to improve the overall flight experience. This drone comes equipped with 5 intelligent flight modes. So you get tap fly, waypoint, follow 3.0, orbit, and spiral. Both spiral and orbit allow you to record cinematic videos with a pre-programmed flight path. It's a really nice touch, and you can use it to create short, very social media friendly type videos if that's your thing. Activate it by tapping either of the orbit or spiral buttons. With follow 3.0, the drone can lock on a person in its view, track, and then follow that person's movement automatically. Again, nice touch, and in many instances the Mini can automatically identify the subject, and all you have to do is click the track button so it follows movement. Waypoint allows you to set a predefined flight path using the map on the controller and then pre-program the drone to fly through that path automatically. This is a fairly common feature on drones at this price point. You get it on the Potensic Atom. But unlike most other implementations I've tested, Fimi adds a nice touch by allowing you to program an additional action once the drone gets to its final waypoint path. The Mini 3 SE gets fairly good photos and video footage with its f2.2 4K capable drone camera. Unlike the Potensic Atom, the footage doesn't have too much of that post-processing, so colors don't pop as much and the contrast feels very natural. The video footage is sharp enough, and thanks to its really capable 3-axis stabilization system, is very smooth even in slightly adverse weather conditions. You can shoot 4K at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames per second. The handy video and photo button left and right of the drone controller makes capturing moments on the fly very easy. This drone comes equipped with pretty much the same flight safety tech you get on the Potensic Atom. So again, no obstacle avoidance module. What you do get is intelligent return, one-click return to home, and beginner's mode. Intelligent return is activated whenever the drone gets to a critical battery level, so less than 10% for the Atom, or when it loses connection to the controller module for whatever reason. Once that gets activated, the drone will return to the last set home point. Home point is set on startup after the drone launches. There's an icon to identify this on the map, which for me is a very nice and intuitive feature. You don't get that on the Potensic Atom, and when you're flying and looking at the drone footage, you can just use that whole point as a navigation compass, so to speak. One click return to home navigates the drone to the last set home point once activated. There's a dedicated button on the controller for this. The very few times I got a signal interference and was scared I lost the drone, just panic press this button and the drone came back home. Beginner's mode limits flight height and flight distance, making it effectively impossible to lose the drone in flight. Battery life on the Mini 3 SE was fairly good. In my flights, it was noticeably 3 to 5 minutes worse off than the Potensic Atom, which was weird because you can tell they use the same exact battery. It's a 2200 mAh power pack, and in practice it keeps the Mini in air for up to 20 minutes at full tilt. The drone controller lasts way longer. On a full charge you can stay on for almost 2 hours, which means you can run the drone through up to 4 cycles of battery life before needing to charge. As I said for the Potensic Atom, in terms of overall usability, battery life, camera quality, and flight performance, very few drones match this at this price point. It shoots very decent videos, photos are good as well, flight performance is top notch, and battery life matches the industry standard at this price point. Now, At the time of this review, the Mini was about $50 cheaper than the Potensic Atom. And even though the Atom is a more well-packaged deal, there's no hiding the fact that at the bare bones, they're pretty much the same drone. If you don't mind a few rough edges and want to spare the extra $50, then this is the capable, budget-friendly Mini drone to get.